On this episode of China Uncensored, this advanced technology could secretly make you sick, and the whole time you'd have no idea what's going on. Hi, welcome to China Uncensored. I'm your... Wait, do you hear that? It's like some kind of subtle and vague but abnormal sensations of sound and pressure.
We got a health alert basically saying, and I can read you part of it, that a U.S. government employee in China recently reported subtle and vague but abnormal sensations of sound and pressure.
Wow! Are they sure it wasn't just from watching CNN? On Wednesday, an embassy spokesperson reported that an employee in the U.S. consulate in Guangzhou experienced a variety of physical symptoms between late 2017 and April 2018. The employee was sent back to the United States and diagnosed with a mild traumatic brain injury. This statement from the embassy warns, while in China, if you experience any unusual acute auditory or sensory phenomena accompanied by unusual sounds or piercing noises, do not attempt to locate their source. Instead, move to a location where the sounds are not present. Which sounds really creepy, especially since it's consistent with what's called a sonic attack. And no, that's not the newest burger from Sonic. A sonic attack uses weaponized frequencies that can't be heard clearly by the human ear, but can trigger very real physical responses. The BBC says some of the symptoms include vertigo, vomiting, or uncontrollable defecation, which is also a symptom of your late-night sonic attack. According to the U.S. Secretary of State, what happened to the U.S. diplomat in China is medically similar to what happened to U.S. diplomats in Cuba back in 2016.
We had an incident in Guangzhou that was that the medical indications are very similar and entirely consistent with the medical indications that have taken place to Americans working in Cuba.
If you're curious, Gizmodo has uploaded that sound, which seems like an incredibly bad idea, but hey, it's the internet. Let's take a listen. Yeah, it's definitely Yanni. What's that, Shelley? What do you mean it's Laurel? Oh, well, you're obviously wrong. Anyways, enough of that. It's time for another fan question. Brett asks, has China Uncensored gotten any offers from super funds, super PACs, or other geopolitical groups to push a specific political agenda? Good question. Let me put it this way. The other day, we reached out to Audible for sponsorship. You know, Audible, that advertises on everything. Well, apparently they felt China Uncensored was too political. If your political agenda is criticizing communism and the Chinese Communist Party, it's pretty hard to find support. Super funds? Geopolitical groups? Not likely. That's why we rely on you, my 50-cent army. Fans of the show who contribute $1 or more per episode on the China Uncensored page on the website Patreon. And as a way of saying thanks, you get to submit questions we answer on air. So, if you're already a Patreon supporter, don't forget to leave your questions for me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching this episode of China Uncensored. Once again, I'm your host, Chris Chappell. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Click this orange button to support China Uncensored on Patreon. Join thousands of other fans to make China Uncensored even better. Click here now.